Okay guys, let's show you what we can do with the program. I called it search and replace. Here you can see basically the different parts. This is the input part where you put your text or where you can load a file. This is where you can program your filters. And here you will get the output. Okay, to sum it up, and here input. Now what we can do with this program is process text in every thinkable variance, because many times we need to do something that might be not easy, and if we want to search and replace in another application, the functions we have are not sufficient enough. So this is why I created a program one time. So yeah, let's show what we can do. For example, let me bring up my site here, and for example, I want to okay, let's say we want to inspect the links of our site to see what links are on my site. I can look like this, but manually it's a lot of work to do, just to click on every link to see where it leads and so on. What we can do instead, for example, is we go on view page source. I copy the text and bring it in my program, for example. The next step would be to just output the links. So I already had prepared some modules for that video. Those are here the modules. If you double click on one, you will load it, bring it up into the editor, into the filter field here. Let's start, for example, with extracting links. And now you see some code is loaded, because that's how the program works. Here we can input anything in C# code, and it has a lot of functions. Later on, if people don't want to see this because they are not programmers, they can just switch here to an easy user mode, which will look different. This here is like to make the development for me easier, but at the moment everything is unlocked, so you can use this one. Okay, let's just continue. We click on process, and voila, we got all the links. Nothing to do anymore if we just want to see the links. It's one thing we can do with the program. And what it also does is it does not only show the links, we can also click them and really go there. I don't want to show my admin settings or something at the moment, but as you can see, we can get anywhere where I want on this page. For example, this article will open up. Another thing we might do, and I do not know any program that would do this for all glitches in your text automatically is, for example, we type a text like this, and at any place we want to set a punctuation like a comma, and then we forget to move it to the right place. For example, let's do it like this, really wrong on purpose to show. What we can do then is click here on correct punctuation, and what it does is it corrects all at once, and we got the text like we want it to be, hopefully. Another thing we might do is, if we have already corrected the text, maybe add some line numbers. Okay. Could also be done with this. It will consider every line you see above. 4 lines are shown. So if you want only 3, remove the last line. And we have only 3. But there is one thing still missing. Here, this, and here we made the typo. We could also make modules to show that here is something written wrong, but that's not considered yet. But you can insert it at any time yourself, but for sure I will provide something for that too. So let's correct that, and we can also, what we did before, program, like I said, this is basically C#, and do it all at once. But what it now does is for sure insert something here, because at the moment it does not recognize an ellipsis, which means basically like something thinking left out but not continued here. Another thing that is very helpful if you are familiar with programming is actually the editor provides folding and also IntelliSense. If I write here something like this, and you see it will really show what I can do with this command. This makes now not really sense at the moment, but just to show you this would work. Okay. Another thing we could do, for example, let's go to the example with the source code of my page again. Let's say we want only the lines that contain content. If I double click on content, then you see every line and every instance that contains content is marked. So we can do the following. Let's make it like VP content. Oops. You can see here we got all the lines that contain VP content. If you now only want the links again, you can just copy it above, and then we got here all our WP content links. Now I said VP, V would be like pronouncing V in German like V. Makes no sense, sorry I said that wrong. It's WP content. Now you can see we've collected here all the links. What we also can do is, let's imagine you want to know how many characters are in your line. There is a variable that's called $row, which symbolizes every row. So we can just do this, and we get the length of every row. We could also combine this, for example, the whole row, but we can also, as you see, put out the whole length of the text, and so on. Another very interesting thing we could do is process data from a CSV file, like Excel with special delimiters. Let's go to Mockaroo and click on preview here. I take this one and just copy the data. What I don't want is this and this. Program can also consider this, but I just want to pass something. And let's imagine it was a competition and you want to process this data and have to put like this text at position 1 is Daryl Kaiser, at position 2 Anthony Erling, and so on. This would be a lot of work if you do it like replacing or building a regular expression in any program. So I came up with the idea that every column is symbolized by a dollar and a number. Later on you will also be enabled to write like this. This would mean the first column from the right, but in this version this is not enabled, so you can only use this. But if you click on process, nothing will happen, because here you have to either input which is the column parser. Here every column is separated by a comma. Maybe in your case it's a hyphen, or it's a dash, or a plus, or pipe symbol, whatever. But we can click on detect, and then it changes to comma in that case. If I now click on process, I get the list and everything is done. Now I could, for example, say like, oh, there were someone, I don't know anymore who, but I want only the results with those people that contain a set anywhere. Other one? Ah, okay. This one I was searching for, because it reminds me of an old house number. Okay, let's go on. Another thing we can do is, for example, change the case. I can make all uppercase. Let's change that manually. All lowercase. I even implemented something like random case. I thought at least I would. I don't know why it's not working at the moment. Now I know. I forgot the 2. I don't know if this makes sense, but you can do it. What you also can do is, let's just imagine you want to write your text and you want it to be immediately corrected. So you could also do this. This little window that pops up when I'm typing like before. Let's do it again. This here. This will be also IntelliSense, so you don't have to remember those names anymore. They will be completed by the program, so you get your suggestions when you just put in a character, and then you can let the program complete it. But what I wanted to show you is, let's imagine you want to write and you do something where you need to see the result immediately. For example, let's say like you want to know, no, not this, the length of every line you're writing. Let's just write something at the moment. But nothing happens at the moment, right? Okay, now let's click this and consider this. These are the milliseconds, so this is 1 second at the moment. Delay until here the output will renewed, actualized, refreshed. But maybe you want to have the text corrected like before. Like this. And then you should see that it comes out actually better. What we also can do is simple operations, like for example removing tags of an HTML source. Let's show that for a moment. Okay, so now I'm copying the source code of an article of my page from group talk here and inserting it in my program again. Now I want to remove tags. What happens now? Since we still clicked on this, and there's a mode in the program if you use any command with no parameters. Some don't need parameters, then you just get this output at the moment. So you basically have the text almost like in the browser. At least you can get the text. But you see, here are some special signs. Maybe you want to remove them too, I guess. Okay, so if you want to remove those, we can just do the following. Let's go down again. So you see there are still those signs, but you can just use HTML decode. Oops. I have to remove those if I want to use this mode. And then we get the text without those special characters. Like raw, like you read it basically. Okay, that is for now. Just to give you a rough idea what you can do with the program. And I hope you like it. And if you like the program, you can download it in the link description below. Please subscribe and thumbs up. The program has still many bugs. That's why I'm still working on it to make it stable. And for example, you will notice here, you can use the scroll wheel, but not the scroll wheel to go down and up, only to resize. Here it does work. Here it does work as well. Here I used another control, so it does not work yet really. And here are the modules, which you will also find here. There are a lot. I already did from experience. You can convert a text to JSON, to anything else, or here there's a lot of stuff I've integrated. You can also here search for a module, but at the moment I don't like the search at all because it's not practical. You can input and it autocompletes, but then after you did this, you have to click the magnifier, and then you will see it's marked here, and then you have to click it. And one of the next versions will work like this, that you just in any other program too, is you type in here it's reduced, or if only one filter is found, it could also be selected immediately. So you don't have to click 3 or 4 times. That's another thing. What else is possible is, I don't know if it will work with this HTML file, but with the multi-viewer here. No, and I didn't expect that as well. I expected the exception actually. You can also go here, and if it's a special text, then you can really bring it up here and show it, and the multi-viewer will automatically detect the file format and display it here. Let's show for a moment with an XML file. Okay, let me open an XML file. I could load it there, or I can copy it in there. And then you see I get the file here displaced. I can copy the notes, I can look at them, I can just filter them. Maybe it would make sense to implement an XPath here so you can do different requests and show only special notes. But what we can do now is let's change summary to bubble. We get another file, and if you go here, and you see this is the file here, like it's displayed here, and this was the original one. You see, here is the bubble, here's the summary, so you can really compare. Also works for pictures. HTML, as you saw, I still have to implement. It works for rich text here and for normal text for sure as well. Normal text makes not much sense, but now you see it's just displaying normal text. Okay, let's use this RTF of a plugin I've bought when making music, and in this case I do not load it here at the moment. First I just copy and paste it into here. No, not the text of the file name, but rich text itself. You see, if there would be summary now, it would automatically be changed to bubble. And what happens here, I actually get the text like it looked before and like it will look later after processing. For example, we could remove the % sign. Now you see another issue. At the moment you have to change the tab and then go here, and you see, as there's no % here because we are in rich text, you would have to do it differently. For example, like this, and now it's gone here. Here it will be gone as well here, because we removed it. Here it will still be there. Here you see, here's a %, here is no % anymore, and here they are gone too. Can also do something really crazy. Let's remove the vowels. Makes not really sense, but it works, as you can see. So you can do, a lot of different things, a lot of different stuff with the program. And again, as I said before, if you liked it, subscribe, thumbs up, and certainly check back again when I release a more ready version. That's it for now. Have a nice weekend. Bye guys.